I've spent $14,832 on Whiteout Survival in 107 days. We're going into our second state versus state. We're started the prep phase now, and I've got some spending to do tonight, and I'm pressing a little power tonight. And I just want to explain something quickly. Like, this is the dilemma of me being a content creator. I've already had some folks from this state reach out to me. This is where things are looking, but it's right after the reset. This just doesn't mean anything really. We have a lot of people all across the globe. I'm sure they do too, but we have people all across the globe and some of our whales across the globe. So hopefully we'll be able to get this number looking better. But the thing is that I have fans all over the place now, and they've already had some people from the state reach out to me. They're probably watching my content, but that's the dilemma of a content creator, right? Like I live in a glass house. I show you everything I'm doing. So, it's a game. Ultimately, I'm playing the game. I'm learning as I go, but there's not a lot I can do. And ultimately, people can scout you. They can see battle reports. There's any number of ways that people can get information anyways. So, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to explain what I'm doing and go from there like I always do. So there's not much I can do about that situation. And it's going to continue to happen, right? Like as I grow in popularity and more people know about me, they're going to check out my content. They're going to check out my channel. They're going to see what things look like. They don't know the rest of my teammates though, and this is a team game. And the one thing I'm always telling people is like, don't rely on me alone, because one person can't do it. Like we have other whales in the state. We have other whales in other alliances in our state that still are waiting to press power. So let's see how that goes, and we'll take it from there. I do, however, feel like I was looking at some of the scouting reports that people obtained from going and visiting their state. I do think that this is an unfair matchup from what I'm seeing. As you can see, they're quite a bit ahead of us. And if I look at the power rankings and Labyrinth, some other things, I don't think this is quite a fair matchup, but we're going to see. We'll make the best of it. Like I said, it's a game, and we'll see what we can do. So let's start with spending first. Well, before I get into spending, this is the day we're on now. This is charms, fire crystals, and speed ups, essentially. They do have a construction buff going on, and I do have some things to do for fire crystals, so we will take a look at that, and I'll do a little bit of construction later today. And we'll also do the prestige wheel spinner because I'm going to be spending some money tonight. So here's the thing. We don't have a lot of things going on as far as deals and stuff. So I'm going to kind of work this backwards. I'll go to the deal section first. Let's take a look at Deadshot. And let's see. I got 5. So let's see. And where am I getting? Yeah, I'm still waiting for this guy. But my Deadshot luck hasn't been that great. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to go with the center 2 again. I've been getting a key in the center 2 every time I play Deadshot for at least the past 3 or 4 times. I'm going to see what happens tonight. I mean, what is this? What is this? This is some kind of nonsense. How is there a key in that position every single time I play Deadshot? Okay. Now this is some real messed up baloney here. This is now the 3rd time that exact combination happened to me, where I got 2 keys in the center. I know Deadshot hates me, but this is some ridiculous amount of luck. For the statisticians in the audience, I hope you're laughing because, I mean, I'm laughing. You gotta laugh. But what horrible luck. This is 3 times I've had that happen in Deadshot. 3 times. This is now my routine. I'm going to do that every time in Deadshot because I want to see how many times I get screwed in exactly that same way. All right, here we go. Let me clear this out. I got to forget about Deadshot. It's still bothering me. All right, clear out that. We'll clear out this, the weekly benefits card. Now, when it comes to weekly benefits, I think I've been telling you guys that I feel like I kind of neglected the chief gear because I know charms are more power for the money. But when it comes, so as a result, I think I've been neglecting chief gear. So my little attempt at catching up a little bit is I'm doing, and it's also because it's the most efficient spend. You see this, 4,333%. I'm using these, I'm getting them at the chief gear level. So I'll get these for the chief gear, and I'm doing it for the VIP as well. And I'll do this for the chief gear as well because it's the best deal. I do need hero gear as well. Yeah, I do need hero gear as well. Maybe I'll compromise. I'll get this one. I'll get the lower one for the hero gear, and I'll get the higher one for the chief gear. That way I've kind of balanced it out a little bit. All right. And by the way, let's have a very quick discussion about, well, I can't do it here. A very quick discussion about VIP efficiency. VIP efficiency is still important to me because the number of wheel spins on the Prestige wheel. Now, it's not as far in terms of efficiency for dollar spent for power. The Prestige spinner, I don't know, it's almost nothing. Yes, it's nice to have a globe, but that's going to cost a lot of money. It's nice to have the Meteor March, but that doesn't really add power, right? It just adds a 10% hunting march and a cool visual. So I do still care about efficiency, but not as much, for getting to VIP. But for getting at least the Meteor March, right, I care about efficiency a little bit. And this is what I want to explain. If you were to add up all these, it would be $185, right? And if you were to add up all the VIP across that and average it out, you'd be getting 240 VIP points per dollar if you did it this way, because the VIP efficiency goes down and down and down as the value of the cost of the pack goes up. So the $100 pack is not, the same ratio as the $5 pack. The $5 pack is the better deal. If you were instead to only get $5 packs, for example, you would be getting 500 VIP per dollar. So that's a huge difference. That's double the amount. So if you look at in terms of how much it would cost you to get the Meteor March, for example, that means it would cost you twice as much to get the Meteor March if you keep on buying all the way up to the 100. Now, the thing is, it's not practical to do that all the time, but I'm just trying to explain to you, this is why I still do care about VIP efficiency. This is why I still will buy some $5 packs here and there, because, as long as they're a $5 pack that's, reasonably good for the account anyways, then why not? And it's the most efficient way to get towards that Meteor March anyways. So, and if there does come a day that I get Frostsphere, the problem is time, right? You're gonna now pay in time instead, because you're gonna have to buy a lot of little $5 packs over time rather than buying bigger packs at once. But again, you're gonna pay double. You're gonna pay pretty much double, actually slightly more than double, than you would if you just bought the $5 pack. So this is kind of my little balancing act. We have another day on the Heroes Witness. I'm going to come back around to this one. I think I do want to buy some of these, but mainly because I need to figure out what I want to do for widgets here. And I do have some Season 2 and Season 1 widgets that I still want to top off. But so I'm not going to do any of this right now because I have some other things I need to spend on tonight. So that's the deals section. We look at the event section. We pretty much only have State of Power. We have Flame and Fangs, but I'll just be grabbing what I can from this, mainly be looking at the speed ups now. And we do have Lucky Wheel coming up as part of the prep week coming up. So that's where we're at with the events. And now let's take a look at the standard deals here. First of all, we have the custom Artistry Chest. And I did buy this for $5 the other day. I said, this is the last day. I said I was going to take a look at this a little closely. I have decided that I'm going to go all in on this because I have some goals on the account. And it's not the most efficient for VIP spend, but this is a really decent value, and it's hard to get charm designs anywhere else. So I'm basically going to go all in on charm designs for the custom Artistry Chest this time, because there are some account goals I have that I'll get into when I get into pressing charms. That I did some calculations, and I will need all of these charms. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I know I've been spending a lot, but this is, as efficient spending as I can make. I mean, certain events are only going to come certain amount of times. If we're saving for prep, there's only certain times we're going to be able to do these upgrades. So, it is what it is, as I like to say, or as they say. The custom pet chest, I'm going to hold off on this because I just did a bunch of big spending, and I do want to do some more of the custom pet chests because there's going to be some stuff I need to do for pressing the pets, but we have 6 days on this one. And the crystal value pack. So, here's the thing. Let's take a look at this quickly. If you look at this here, let me get the pointer out. If you look at this here, it's 30 per $5 and 8 speed ups for $5, 8 1-hour speed ups. And I didn't do the math on this one, but if we look at the standard deal, it is only 50. It's literally half, right? That's actually for this one, it's half as well. It's literally half. So for the same amount of money as the standard deal, you can get this deal. So in terms of value, it is a better deal than the standard value pack, but that's only a rate of 6 per dollar, right? 6 times 5 is 30. So that's only a rate of 6 per dollar. It's easy to find fire crystals at more like 7, 8, and I even recently got it for 10. And, you know, that's excluding crazy stuff like the birthday value pack and stuff. But, you know, that it has a lot of fire crystals. But basically somewhere around 10, 11, at least at this stage of the game for me, is about the best ratio I've seen for fire crystals per dollar. And we're going to need a lot of them. Now, so there's going to be, I really want to be able to go to FC5 when FC5 opens up, which is, I think, I don't know, it's going to be something like 70 days from now, something like that, from what I understand. I didn't look at it exactly, but it's something like that. And I want to just make sure that I'm buffered up enough. And I'm going to be spending a bunch tonight of fire crystals. So I am going to buy some of these, but I'm going to decide later. I'm going to buy some of them just for, you know, efficiency's sake, as far as VIP. And I am going to be spending some fire crystals during this event. So I'm going to buy them just up to the $10 mark tonight. And I'm going to have to think about, do I really want to buy more at this rate? Because I think I don't know if I'll unlock it tonight, but I will probably unlock the value pack, the pop-up pack for fire crystals as well. As I understand, somebody told me that for like once a week, if you spend 100 fire crystals, you'll get the pop-up pack offer. So, you know, I'll buy that as well. But this was just kind of more like, you know, a little bit of VIP efficiency type of stuff, like I just explained for the Meteor March. And then the enhanced gear. So this kind of reset, I will be buying this. I'm going to wait again later in the week. And the daily deals I'm going to grab. I will be buying some more of the widgets because I'm going to need them. And then we'll grab these. Claims. And there we go. All right. So everything else, so this I had to do tonight. This I have some time on. This I have some more time on. I have some time on the rest of them. So I have some time left on the rest of them. I'm going to wait till later in the week. So now, before I get into the Prestige Wheel, because that's the spending I have done for tonight, the construction I want to do. We do have, again, as a content creator, I can only do so much. So I can't get the perk. There's a huge line for the president perks, so I can't get that one, but the president did activate the construction speed perk here. So as long as I can get this done in 5 minutes, what I'd like to do is upgrade my Lancer camp, because I've been waiting on this since the last SvS. So I will upgrade the Lancer camp all the way up to 3, and the same with the infirmary. I'll get this all the way up to 3. Let's see if I can get that done in 5 minutes. I should be able to. Here we go. So I'm going to activate this. Activate double time. And then upgrade. Oops, I needed to. Don't show this again. There's a pop-up offer. I'll take that later. All right, and that's the Lancer camp. And there we go. So that's the infirmary and the Lancer camp. And that's about all I can do for upgrades. Everything else is pretty much maxed at this point. And you can tell that because there is no more empty training queue being displayed. All right. And let's see what that did. What kind of points that put me on the board. All right. Grab these. Grab these. And at least put me on the board, right? That's only 3 million, but at least put me on the board. Now that's the fire crystals. And there are some more things I want to do for prep, but I don't think I'm going to press too much on the charms tonight. I'm going to wait to execute that plan later in the week. We do have several days we can do charms. So we have charms we can do on day 3. That's charms. And on day 4, I believe. Yep, that's as well. So day 3 is mainly Lucky Wheel and Beast Day. And then day 4 is Hero Development, which is essentially, it's ironic that it's called Hero Development Day because it does have Mithril and widgets, but it's mainly, we look at this as Troops Day. And then we have kind of an all-out day, but this doesn't include charms. So I do have day 3 and 4 to do charms. So since I have day 3 and 4 to do charms, I think I'm going to wait on that. So I'll show you what that looks like later in the week. And the other thing I may do tonight, but I'm not gonna do this on camera because I really want to have a think about it. I think there's a couple days that have research speed ups. So there's research speed ups all along. Let's see, on day 2 and day 5, right? So I can clear out some research stuff, but I may do it just to put some more points on the board. Because there is some research that I want and need to do. So I may do a little bit just to put some points on the board. It's not going to be particularly interesting to see me just, adding some points. So I'm not going to do that right now. But the thing I don't want to do is I don't want to clear the research task until I can queue up another one with a research buff. So hopefully I'll be able to get, the president will at least activate the research buff. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. And then we can use the research buff. I think he's either going to do it tomorrow or last day of the week. And either way, I want to try to wait and to finish off that research until I can queue it up with something else efficiently. So that's where we're at there. So no big surprise to me, but this I feel like was going to be my weakest day unless I wanted to try to balance it out a little bit. I may have to. We'll see. We'll see how close it ends up being. But I may have to balance it out a little bit to see, how things go. But if not, I'll just save the points for later in the week and use them then. Because for me, there's not a lot I can do on this particular day. Just trying to put some points on the board for the team, essentially. And then we'll go from there. All right, now let's take a look at the Prestige Spinner, because I think that's all I have left to do. Let's take a look at VIP 12 and the Prestige Spinner. So let's grab these. And let's see how many puzzle pieces I can get tonight. Here we go. Actually, I know it's a little anticlimactic, but I'm going to skip the animation. All right, I got one meteor piece. I'm going to skip the animation because this has already been a little bit of a long explanation, so let's see what happens. Let's go faster. All right, no puzzle pieces. And... oh, a frost sphere piece. All right, nice. So I got one of each. And one more spin, we'll let it go regular. Left-hand side of the board. All right, I'll take it. So what we got tonight was one more frost sphere piece and one more meteor piece. So 15 meteor pieces. My account, just for reference, my account must be about $15,000 in after the spending tonight. It's probably a little over that, actually. And I've got 15 meteor puzzle pieces. So, I've seen some people getting meteor soon in states that are even earlier than mine. And I just explained to people, like, look, I'm trying to be an efficient whale. I know people spend more than me. I'm not always going to be the biggest. Actually, I'm unlikely to be the biggest fish in the pond. The way this game goes, especially with me trying to spend efficiently. So that'll catch up over time. Of course, we'll see some of the bigger players who are spending more or who've been around longer. So, all right, that's what I have for tonight. Look at the power increase there. You know what? I want to see that go to, well, it's not troop stay, but yeah, it's probably not close enough. I'll just sync up these so that they're all in sync again. There we go. 180 mil power. So we're now at a clean 180 mil power after everything tonight. Well, hopefully you're enjoying coming along on this journey with me, seeing how I'm playing, seeing how I'm spending, seeing my personal growth and account growth. If you like watching that journey, you got to help me out and give me a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.